All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Math Puzzle Crash Course. We have a simple mixed operations problem here. This one will be really quick. It combines subtraction and division. It's 58 minus 58 divided by 2 equals what? All right, so if you'd like to pause the video, we can come back and work this one out together. Probably a lot of you have already done this one in your head and have the correct answer, but we'll just go ahead and pause if you'd like, and we'll come right back. All right, so if you remember your order of operations, you know that division has precedence over subtraction. Maybe you remember PEMDAS or BODMAS, or you remember the fact that multiplication and division both have um, precedence over addition and subtraction. So you do the division first. So it's 58 divided by 2, which is 29, and then it's just simply 58 minus 29 equals 29. So the correct answer here would be 29, and that's that's pretty much the answer that you could get. So yeah, 29 is the answer. And again, I said this would be a fairly short one, but please check out some of the links here in the video description. And I will say that in back in the old days, I know in 1659, there was a book called Deutsche Algebra, which uh, back then the obelus was often interpreted a little bit differently than what it is now. But back then, you would have looked at everything to the left of the obelus as being in a numerator and everything to the right in a denominator. So it's kind of it's a different interpretation than what you've got now. The way they used to look at it back in that book from 1659, it would be more like this, where you'd actually have 58 minus 58 would be 0, 0 divided by 2 would be 0. But if you're following the order of operations, the way that it's typically interpreted, multiplication and division have precedence over addition and subtraction. So you would actually do the division here first. And so it would be if you type it into a scientific calculator, say like your cell phone calculator, scientific calculator, that's the way that that's going to be interpreted. You're going to end up with the answer of 29. Now, if you do get a different answer, if you do get 0, it's a very good chance you're using a type of calculator that uses what's called immediate execution mode. And they are out there. I mean, your simple TI calculators, your simple Dollar Tree calculators, even your Windows Standard Mode calculator will get a wrong answer, but it's based on the way the calculator inputs data. It's not necessarily that the calculator is wrong, it's that you need to understand how that calculator processes information. And I can show you that in an example. All right, so I know I've covered this a number of times in some other videos. I've actually got a more detailed video directly on calculators and how they function. But if you take 58 minus and then 58 divided by 2 and then hit equals, you do get 29, which is really the correct answer. You're following the order of operations here. Now, if I take this calculator and switch it over to standard mode, then it's going to operate in what's called immediate execution mode. And that just has to do with the way the calculator processes data. When I take 58 minus 58, and then as soon as I hit the division sign, you'll notice that I also already have 0 here. So what it's done is it's taken the 58 minus 58, and then it's basically like acting as if it's hitting an equal sign and giving you 0, because if I just hit the division key, I divide that by 2, I'm getting 0. But what's happening here is it's acting in immediate execution mode. Now, knowing that, the way you're supposed to enter this with this type of a calculator is that you're supposed to really enter it as 58 divided by 2, and then uh, which is negative in this case, plus 58 equals, and you get 29. Because when you use an immediate execution mode calculator, you have to know that you have to enter the multiplication or division in first before the addition and subtraction. Or you could use memory store and recall functions. So it's not a matter of, well, this calculator gave me 0, so that must be right. It has to do with the way the calculator processes data. And I think Microsoft does a horrible job of explaining that with the standard mode calculator. But you'll get that same kind of answer if you use this a simple, the dollar store calculator that's not really meant to process multiple operations. It's not telling you that your answer is necessarily correct. You can use um, a scientific calculator or even your cell phone calculator understands the order of operations and can handle that. So I hope this has been helpful. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.